Welcome back, everyone. It's your host with the most, bringing you my. I want to say this was actually the first game that I played when I got the first when I got the new map pack, and this was the first one I played on my own, and I did pretty well. I did well. I mean, using obviously the AK-74, and it's always like a nice wheelhouse go-to gun when when you're trying something a little different, like a new map or something. And I actually do pretty well for myself in this game. I have quite a few other fun games stored in my file share. However, it's a little bit difficult to use the file share for me because I play with HDMI on one screen, and I have to record in a different resolution, so it's like a real pain in the ass to set up everything in order to just record. So I have been kind of reluctant to do it, or I guess like you could say that I've been lazy, but it's all the same. So I have been reading that there's a new map pack coming out, and I really think that give me a break. Like, yeah, that's cool that you guys are making another map pack, but let me tell you something. I'm not gonna buy it, because first of all, $15 or $16 for 4 maps, essentially, because I don't play zombies, I think is honestly kind of a ripoff. And I think that it would be much more appreciated if they would do something like let you pick per map or something along those lines, so that you could like try a demo map and then pick the ones that you want, because in all honesty, some of the new ones kind of suck, and they seldom ever show up. Adding 4 to, like, I don't know how many there are, 15 or 12, is really not that great. I really wanted to see something better, but I like Kowloon, and I like to play it, and I do my best to play it a lot. I always vote for it, and honestly, my go-to weapon here is the Spaz. I really have been trying shotguns, and have kind of bittersweet feelings about them. I am really fucking angry that they seldom work when they're supposed to. I mean, come on. I have a few games I'll post up where, like, I unload the whole shotgun and get, I don't know, hit markers on 3 guys or 4 guys, what should have been a triple or a quad, because you have to use the shotgun with lightweight and marathon. Otherwise, you just simply can't get close enough to anybody for it to really be that effective. But in some cases, I kill people from way far off with one shot, so it's, I mean, they're probably injured, but it's just saying something. You can't rely on the shotgun, just like you can't rely on the knife in this game. Treyarch failed by using the same game engine for the previous one. Every day that I hear that this is the #1 most selling game at all time, and it's in 1 in 8 households, I am just completely astonished, to be honest, because I can't believe, wow, this game is old. I'm Prestige 6 here. It just upsets me because, this game is so poorly coded, and, I actually have been getting kind of tired of multiplayer after all of this time of playing almost every day. And I really have been playing the campaign, and the campaign is full of problems, like auto save, and it'll auto save and then I'll die, so then I respawn into like a flash bang or something in the middle of the field, and it takes me like 8 or 10 tries just to live through that in order to maneuver out of it. So that kind of sucks. I've seen other people get stuck in loops. The game just, I don't think, was properly tested, and I think that all of the people who talk about how they switched to tactical while playing World at War — I didn't play World at War — should be obvious. Obviously I didn't look in that window. It's just, the first time I ever played this map, didn't know that there was space there. So back to what I was saying. I'm certainly not going to be buying the coming map pack, and that is because I don't think that it's really necessary to own. Oh, jeez. I don't think it's really necessary to pay them an additional $30, additional 50% of what I paid for the game initially on a new map pack, especially since everybody knows that Modern Warfare 3 is on the cusp of being released. I mean, there's no secret about that. I mean, technically there is, because there is no one said anything about it, but DICE came forward with Battlefield 3, and Crysis 2 is out, and many of the other shooters. But let me actually go into that. I was watching I was reading an article actually about first-person shooters and their similarities to Call of Duty, and their attempts to try to bring Activision's cash cow off of the throne. But from what I have seen and from what I know, this game is really the top, and I think that it's kind of like futile for other game companies to try to bring it down by making it different. I mean, by making it the same with slightly different things. So, like, they all follow the same. They all look the same. You carry around a gun, you're a guy, and you get various sort of kill streak-like things or perks or shit like that. And, I mean, from what I've seen, I haven't actually played the game, but Homefront seems to be a total bust. I just think that they really need to take a step outside the box. They're all kind of following the same game, and it's like, well, Call of Duty obviously does it best. Otherwise, all these other games would not keep trying to imitate it, and they really should be doing something more effective with their time, such as making a shooter that is unique and different, and also not digressing from the single player. Like, people, I'm a pretty old gamer. I'm well seasoned. I've been playing a long time, and I well remember the time of playing prior to any multiplayer at all, other than same console multiplayer. And the games had to spend a lot of time testing, because you only get the one chance. There's no downloadable updates. Aside from that, the games had to have great stories, or they were just going to suck because there was nothing else worthwhile. And now it seems to be that developers have sort of turned a blind eye to that, and they waste most of their time trying to make some sort of imitation Call of Duty-like multiplayer. Now, that being said, there is a game on its way out that I am very excited for, which is, what is it called? Hawken. Now, I didn't have a powerful enough PC to really play games, but I did have MechWarrior, and that was one of my personal favorites, and I thought that game was awesome. And there is an independent game company, more power to them, by the way, who was making a game called Hawken, Hawken, and it is in fact a game in which you have a similar first-person type of game, except you are in a mech, like a mech warrior, and I think that is the coolest shit ever, and I am quite excited for that. And they are actually not making a multiplayer, but the reason for that is because honestly, a small development team of 9 people making a game as intricate as that, it's just no way that they could do that, because first player is a lot more difficult because it's not as repetitive, so there's a lot of cues and things that sort of have to happen in order for the game to continue flowing properly. So it really would be, it would just take 9 people a ridiculous amount of time. I mean, several hundred people work on Call of Duty. This is not, this is not no small feat making these games. I mean, developers are spending as much as $100 million on some of these games. So there's no question that, tons of people are working on them. So, but I'm looking forward to that one, and I think it's really going to be, I'm glad to see what's coming up. And, Crysis, I sort of had something called Christmas syndrome, which is when you get really hyped about something from all of the marketing and everything, and as soon as it comes out, whether or not you got it, the event that the anticipation that preceded it outweighed the satisfaction received by the item itself. So I actually have not bought Crysis 2. I have one of the other crises, I guess, for PC that I've been playing first player, but I hear good things about it, but I don't know. I don't want another first-person shooter that follows the same formula. This Call of Duty, I've got that one. I'm not going to waste my money buying a game that's almost the same. So thank you so much for listening to my rant, and I go 35-7. Not bad for my first try on Kowloon, and have a good day.
Your work is appreciated. Well done.